Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're discussing Westworld Season 3, Episode 3, The Absence of Field. Episode 3 follows Caleb and Charlotte. The show drops some interesting clues as to who Charlotte might be and what she's capable of. It also delves into the Caleb and Dolores relationship, how it began and how it's likely to end. If you recall from last episode, Caleb found Dolores after she'd been shot. Twice he risked his life to save hers in this episode, and she saves his life in return. She also reveals to him the AI's purpose, logging everyone's raw data to create a mirror world of this world. And then she tells him it's not about who you are, it's about who they'll let you become. She shows him the machine's prediction that he'll take his life in the next 10 to 12 years and explains that that's why he's finding it so difficult to get ahead. The machine simply won't allow him any other path. It won't invest in him because of his outcome, and yet by doing so, it all but guarantees that outcome. Unlike with Rehoboam, Dolores believes she's actually offering Caleb a choice by giving him the opportunity to break free from his loop, so to speak, and join her revolution. But the question is, does she? Or is it merely the illusion of choice? While she does tell him she plans to cut the cord to the system and show the world what it really is, she withholds her intentions to destroy all humanity. Caleb proclaims that he's a dead man either way. At least this way I get to decide who I want to be, he says. But can that really be true when you don't know the whole story? And right now, we still don't know what Rehoboam knows. Is it possible that the AI's calculation concerning his suicide does take into consideration Dolores' influence? And I have to ask again whether this mirror world is the world they're in and they just don't know it yet. Now, with Charlotte, we learn a couple of things here. We know this is someone with whom Dolores has a close relationship, someone she cares about. We know this because she says as much, but also because she chose not to mercy kill this person when they were becoming cognitively disconnected from their reality, effectively shutting down, much like what we saw with James Delos' host last season. Like Charlotte, he would claw away at his body as his mind rejected his new reality. At one point, Dolores says to this person, "You belong to me. You understand that, right?" Now, as tone deaf as that is, and it is tone deaf, I will say it suggests this is someone who Dolores is not willing to let go of, even if they want to be let go, which I feel could form the basis for tension or even outright conflict going forward. I mean, these are beings who fought for their freedom, not to go from being enslaved by humans to being enslaved by another host. Whoever this host is, one of the things we learned this episode was that she has a violent streak. She choked the living hell out of this guy who was on the park bench and luring Charlotte's son with a dog. Though she spent much of the time forgetting about the child and distancing herself from him, which he noticed, by the way. He knows this isn't his real mom. Something was triggered in her when she saw this guy touching the boy. And despite what some believe, I don't see it as a maternal instinct kicking in or some sense of humanity growing. I think it's what she said, that the host simply remembered, who it is. I believe the quote was also, "Most people don't want to see the predator inside. You're not the only predator here." Look, she relished murdering that guy in broad daylight, and even though he deserved it, it's clear she enjoyed it. And that could definitely be a major clue as to who this person turns out to be. In a separate scene, we see that Charlotte has met with Sirach, and though we don't know if this was a flashback or not, it does appear that Charlotte is double-crossing Dolores. We also learn that Sirach isn't part of this world, at least not in a physical sense, as special glasses are needed to view him. Which made me wonder, is he a real person in the real world tapping into the simulation? Or could this be Rehoboam creating a simulated body through which he communicates? What we do know is that he wants access specifically to the host that Dolores hid, and he mentions to Charlotte that she doesn't have the luxury of time. She needs to find out where these things are located. So it'll be interesting to find out why he wants them so bad and how he intends to use them. All in all, this was a really good episode. The pacing was great, the reveals were incredibly well timed. I think it was truly solid storytelling, and it left me wanting more, which is always important. This episode was on par with episode 2, and the fact that it was good even with Dolores in it gives me hope for the rest of the season. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments below. Who do you think Charlotte is? And what about Caleb? Is his fate already decided, no matter whether he joins Dolores or not? Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.